Hey. We're here for the Rec Poker home game. No Limit Hold'em Player of the Year edition. Maybe we'll win tonight. Who knows? Maybe we'll be the first one out. A lot of things could happen. Did I not enter it? I registered. Oh, it goes with a minute left. I was like, I thought it with 2 minutes left it loads up, but we're just a little bit out here. Wait 10 more seconds and then it'll go. Hope everyone's having a good evening. I didn't stream last week. I was sick. I was fighting a cold. I actually am like still recovering from said cold. So if I'm coughing a lot, that's just what it's going to be like. I have my water, but yeah, I've been fighting a cold, but hopefully on the mend. Tonight we've got one tournament and one tournament only, and that's this, the Player of the Year series, so hopefully we can do well. It's June, so I thought we'd do something like special for the multiples of 3. I thought March was a 6 max. But I don't know. Let me check the site. We're small blind with 6-3. So we'll just fold. Oh, we've got Roadstar at the table. Definitely could be the first one out, that's for sure. Oh, it's pot limit. Pot limit, my least favorite. Pot limit stinks. You can't jam pre-flop. But hopefully we're never in a spot where we need to jam pre-flop. Going to 3-3 and then get 3 bet. Like I said, this is going to be a common thing. To go to 8 and get 2 folds there is kind of strange in my mind. But hey, we'll be hanging out. We'll be playing this. I should have left it up. I was gonna see what's the mix game next week. I was playing this a couple weeks ago. What was it? June limit 08 or better. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. We're getting into some of the games that are like last month was Badoogie, then limit 08, stud 8 or better, Raz, horse, 6+ or short deck, limit triple draw, 8 game mix. Those are all good. Interesting. All spades. I've got the queen of spades. Had the queen of spades. Folded. Ace 8, do we open here if it goes fold, fold? I think so. Probably a nice borderline type of hand. We'll go 2.5 because we're 100 bigs deep. 2 quick folds makes me feel really good. 2 more quick folds. Yeah, hey, look at us! Above starting stack. 10-8 suited can be an open, yes, so we'll take it. Here's call. Go 4 ways. Classic. 2 overs and a backdoor hearts. Likely going to be something that we're hoping just checks through. Any heart, 6, 9, jack, 10 or 8 is going to be good for us. Ace, good for our range, not good for our hand. Now we see a bet out of 7 high. I think this is just going to be a fold for us. Hey, good luck to you as well, Ben. East Coast Bidder in the chat. I was like, this feels like a set. And rivered flush. Whap! Felt a lot like a set. Check raise here. What do you do? This is a really blank turn card. It's always weird when you check raise and get called. Like, what do you do on turns? What do you do when you've got 7 deuce? Just get a walk, right? Just kidding, we're not going to get a walk. Well, we're improving. 7 deuce to 3 deuce. Alright, oh jeez, 7-3. English isn't my strong suit, you know. Has anyone been paying attention to stuff going on at the World Series of Poker and using the World Series of Poker app? Because I have been, and I have been like extremely. This is not pot limit. I've been extremely happy with the World Series of Poker Plus app. I think it's been fantastic. You can see all the events running. You can see who's still alive. They do chip stack updates after every break, so every like 2 hours you get chip stack updates. It's really cool. Fold. Yeah, I go out there in 9 days. Sounds like the only real hiccup with the World Series of Poker Plus app is that very first day where a ton of people needed to get verified. Because they had a ton of lines and wait times for the initial verification for all the people trying to register. But it sounds like since then it's been very manageable. And then all the registrations, all the seating, all the chip stacks, all that has been like super manageable. I'm really curious how it all works on or near the bubble. Because on or near the bubble, there were like a lot of pauses to stop, verify, do we have the right number of people? We're paying 245. Do we actually have 246 still there? All those other things. So it sounds like that could all be like significantly improved. So I'm excited about it. Hey JB, second place, got your guess in. Anyone else want to get your guess in for how we finish tonight? If you get it exactly correct, we'll make you a premium member. Good to see you. Funny you show up on the phone but can't find you on TV. Oh, that's interesting. Well, glad you have me on the phone. Ace Deuce of Hearts, and this is kind of a whole bunch of nothing for us. No backdoor draws. We could actually like potentially turn this into a bluff, but I don't think it's worth trying to bluff 3 other people with this. So we'll just check fold. King 10 off, gonna be a fold. Although with 2 people gone, it could be kind of a borderline open, I guess. Would you look at this hand? The Rockets, as they say. A limp. Another limp. We're not going to stand for limps, that's for sure. We're going to raise it up. We'll go 6 big blinds. That seems like a sufficient number, don't you think? And a call. Four big blinds now. That's not the best. I think we check here to try and keep his... It feels like it's a 2-street type of hand. So I might check here and then bet big on river. But if he bets here, I'm also kind of liking it. Do we just send it? Like, how many 9s does he have in his range? You know? Yeah, let's just get the chips in the middle versus a king. Why not? Why not? Jeff Cat, hello. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Guessing 4th. I like it. A lot of final table guesses so far. We'll do what we can here. We're trying to get some value out of the birds. Seemed like a valuable check there on the turn. I worry that if he's not calling our raise, that he is going to just check behind on river if I check. So therefore I wanted to take the aggressive action. I think I can float here. It's not a float, sorry. I think we could get in the mix. This is an interesting hand to potentially turn into a raise. Yeah, JB, you're showing up. I got you on the chat. Generally not a spot that we want to raise with someone behind, but I think I'm going to take this anyways. With my 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush. I think we get a lot of ace high folds here, which is really what we're targeting. And any 7, 4, deuce, or spade gives us more equity, and we take it down there with the bluff check raise. You love to see it. Queen deuce not good enough on the button. We're gonna let it go. Bottom 50% hand, not gonna be part of our raising range. Look at that. We've added 50% to our stack. Getting aces always helps. Feels like we probably got max value out of the aces too. Like it was a limped pot and we ended up winning 20 bigs. Seems pretty good. Six five suited is a nice hand. I need my phone for other things, but hey, if you need to, you know, use your phone. You don't have to use the phone to watch the stream. It's good to see you. We got your guess in. We'll keep you in the running if you do have to tune out, JB. But do appreciate everyone who is hanging out with us tonight. Look at us. We're just winning all the pots. Let's keep the heater going. Raise. Graphics and 7 high in the blinds here. We got a call from the small, fold from the big. 9 deuce 4 versus small blind range. I think we can c-bet everything we have here, but small blind is definitely my least studied spot. If this was big blind, I would be betting. So I think I'm just going to take that same action here, where I just bet every hand that I'd have. We're denying a lot of equity. Every hand that they had is drawing very live to our pair of deuces. We'll fold the 8-7 off. I guess the only reason for checking is, like, does he have weak aces? Like ace 7, that when an ace comes out, we kind of stack them. But I think he's worried that we already have a better ace, right? It's not like we're going to just like stall us and trick him into, aha, we had an ace. Tried every way on the TV and it's not showing up. I'm no expert in TVs and YouTube and all that other stuff, so hopefully you can figure it out. Otherwise, I don't know, just concentrate and crush in the home game. That always works too. What do you think Somsky would think if we did an all-in or fold tournament? That could be cool. 9-5 suited in the cutoff? No. 9-7 suited, yes. 9-6, probably not. We've got JB at the table. He's misspelling JB. Raise the king jack offsuit. Nine 5-3. This is like the exact same spot that we just had. It was 9-4 deuce, and I was like, hey, I think I should bet range versus the small blind. And I think I'm gonna keep up with that. Let's bet range. And we get another fold. Look at us. It's such a bad board for them. Why wouldn't we bet and just move on to the next one? Wow, 9-6-3. It's a quick check back. I don't like the queen showing up. But I'm not gonna check call. So maybe it goes check check and we almost won that. I think this is a 3 spot. 3-bet spot. Queen 10 off. We would with the suited combos. Offsuit combos play worse. Ooh, this might be a little bit too wide. It's a 10 high flop. About small. We get it through. Look at us go. Look at us with our 3-betting, our continuation bets, all things. They're all working out well. That one I'm not sure. I'm curious if Queen 10 off is a 3-bet there versus the button open. I know we 3-bet a lot, but Queen 10 feels like it might just be a little bit too wide. We'll raise up our favorite hands, the Justin Jeffersons. Fold. I was gonna open this. I think when they open Ace-9, too weak to even continue. They shouldn't be opening Ace-8, and therefore we're just pipped in all the other ace instances. They potentially have King Jack, King Queen, you know, things like that, but those aren't really the spots we want to be in. So Ace-9, I think it's just a pretty easy fold for us to make there. Queen 3, easy fold. I like the pace of play. Everyone's been keeping it going, so I like it a lot. We get 3-bet. And a call. thought about just straight up folding it. But we have a hand that doesn't play the worst multi-way. Like if I had ace 10 off, I think it's just a fold for us to make versus the 3-bet and call. And here, no back doors. Just a very clear fold for us to make. Good hand for East Coast bidder there. Yeah, we'll defend the suited 10. First a continue bet. What do we do here? Are we supposed to raise again? Wow. Okay, that's a big size, so we'll just go away. Versus a small size, it would have been an interesting check raise. Versus a big size, just an easy fold. King 3, no. Oh no, we've dropped to third. Yeah, it doesn't matter right now, so it's all good. JB, I noticed that he misspelled. I'm KB now. Alright, good to know, KB. All in from KB. And a call. That would be a full house. They worsened on the river, but still held on because they had 100%. Nice job, KB. What an action turn card. Needs a 9 for a straight, needs a 9 for a boat. Boom. 9. Throw some snow at Jim just for the sake of it. I want to 3-bet someone. I'm itchy. Ooh, big bet. Gets the fold. Marky the Sharky. Moving up to the top 2 in chips. If they fold, we open. If they open, we just have to fold. Big open from JB here, and a call. Ooh. Could get interesting. Especially with Bluffsterini sticking around. Wow. JB goes with the big size, gets 3 calls. Really should have been seeing some squeezing there. It goes big here again, too. Do we got like a Kings versus Ace-Queen situation brewing? That's my prediction. Kings and Ace-Queen. Wow, another call. What's going on? What is going on? Someone's going to be a new chip leader after this hand. That's for sure. Another call. Queens. Well, just top set. Wow. JB, the new chip leader of the tournament. Wow. Non-believers all around. Jack 10 off making the mistake that we did not make. Jack 10 off shouldn't be playing that. When it's a big open and 2 calls, like, you gotta get out of there. I always will attest. Jack 10 offsuit is the most overplayed hand in No Limit Hold'em. People overplay it like crazy. We have the kings. Let's do it. Looks like we will be getting all in for Carl's 20 big blinds. Good luck us. We're all in. And a fold. Wow, he raised to 40% of his stack and then found a fold. Oh, we'll take it. We'll take those free 7.5 big blinds. Finally on the TV. Awesome. Nice job, JB. I'm glad you got it figured out. Just in time to watch you win a huge pot with pocket queens, I presume. A6, not going to be a play. If you weren't here at the start, I apologize in advance. I'm getting over a cold and I've got like the congestion. I'm coughing a lot. I'm going to be clearing my throat a lot. I'm drinking a lot of water to try and help out with it. But wow, another top set with queens. Insane. Queens are hot tonight. And we've got the 7 deuce in the big blind once again. Murky the Sharky limps the button. Shall we raise? Put them all in? No, just kidding, we'll check. Ace Jack 5 means I'm not all that interested. Infill. Yeah, no one ever, non-believers, right? I believed. I put you on more like pocket kings though, instead of the pocket queens, because it was a little bit more rare for you to have the pocket queens there. But I was a believer. I wanted nothing to do with that pot, but nice win for you there. Queen deuce, no. We fold. Interesting. That's half their stack. They go all in. Undecided. Well, they just always have it when they make that play, I guess. King 10. It would be fun to beat Jim with the King 10. We're going to raise this up. Nope. JB declines and we take it down. I'm alright with that. King 10's not the best. We raise it up there because we don't really want to limp there. When we limp, it really exposes us to issues. Bet, raise, fold, fold, call. Oh, all in. All right, let's run it. Aces versus spade draw. How are we 8 out of 37? People are chipping up when we're not chipping up. Oh no, there goes Jim. Hi, Jim. Still getting late entries in there. Looks like Giver just joined with a fresh starting stack. Ace 4 we will play. I should probably go 2.1, but it's really not that big of a difference to go 2.1, 2.2 here. Wasn't really planning on continuing on a lot of turns, but wow, there are a lot of draws here. How do we play with all the draws, given that we have one of those draws? I guess fire once more. All right, we take it down. That's good. We can definitely choose to not take the aggressive action there with the ace 4. I chose it because if we got raised, I really don't mind folding the ace 4 there. The ace high might be good, might not, but it also has good draw potential. I can hit wheel cards to get some outs. So that's why I kind of used that one as kind of like a c-bet bluff in that spot. But I'm not c-betting all that often, so I don't want to have too many c-bet bluffs. I'm going to raise. We've been seeing a lot of check raises tonight. It's been interesting. Easy fold for us to make here, that's for sure. Pot size continue is interesting. Ace deuce, we can open the button. So we will. There's 20 big blind stacks. If we get jammed on, we just fold. Flop an ace. Pretty decent. It's our worst ace, but I think we have to continue here. So we'll go 1.7. Pretty standard continue spot, I think. Having the ace of hearts is also decently nice. I don't think we ever re-raise here that much. If we do re-raise, it's a lot of hands that have the ace of hearts with it too. So I guess we just continue. Not the best card for them unless they have exactly 7-9. They have a lot of Jack-9, which we don't mind what happened here. I think we're just going to call. Hope they don't have a better ace. Hope they don't have a straight. That's a pretty bad card for us. But how many queens do they raise? How many sevens do they raise? Do we turn our hand into a bluff? I think they're going to call down a lot. So it might not make sense for us to try and bluff with a pair of aces here. Yeah, that was my worry, is they got a random 2-pair. We had the right idea to call down, though. Easy 3-bet spot. East Coast Bidder's playing off of 20. So I guess I can go 6.2. Because he's going to jam a lot to get JB out. Because if he goes jam, I call. But if he calls, it's going to bring JB in. He shouldn't have too many calls here off of 20 bigs. Yeah, then I expect JB folds, and then we call. And we chop it up. Yeah. Seems pretty normal. I'm annoyed about the check raise that we saw by the 9-8. I just wish it would have held. Just wish it would have held. If he jams now, we can't call the King 10. 7-7-6. First small blind. I think I am going to continue here, but I'm a little bit less sure of it. If it was 8-8-9, I don't think I would be doing this. So now we have a gut shot, but he called flop, so like what is he calling with in a lot of these spots? I'm not entirely sure. Feels like a bet spot, but I don't know how big we have to go with our bluffs here. that either. I was thinking we have to bet to get them to fold their ace highs, but then I was like, how many ace highs do they actually have in this spot? Because not too many ace highs should float the 7-7-6, you know? Ace fours maybe like one of them's that's kind of all right because he can get a straight draw. A good thing we didn't bet turn, because if we bet flop and he called, he'd call turn when he turns a gut shot and flush draw. But it's the river that's really the interesting decision. Should we have gone for a bluff? I don't think the spades in our hand really matter that much there, but interesting. Overpair versus flush draw misses, overpair holds. We have the kings. We're getting some decent hands. That's always nice. We'll see an all-in here. But will anyone do anything versus our open is the question. No. It's just us with the kings. Oh, we didn't have a club. I thought we had a club for some reason, and I was like, how did he have 20% equity? Like, he should have been dead on the turn. No. He actually was drawing very live. Queen Jack under the gun folds. We've been losing some pots, but we're still 10 out of 41. Like, there's no reason to panic. I'm upset that I lost the Ace-10-8 to 9-8. I'm upset I didn't bluff King-10 on the river there. Part of why I ultimately checked back was like I didn't know what to do with sizing. I didn't really want to go big with my sizing because I didn't want to polarize my range in a way that made it feel like I really did have some junk hands in there. I was really trying to get him to fold. We got a deuce. We'll fold. So I didn't know what to bet on that King-10 suited hand. Wow. Just queens versus ace-king, of course. The classic flip. Queens holds. I'd love someone to raise so I don't feel tempted. I can't raise 6-5 off here, can I? It'd be criminal. Yeah, I'd have to just... I'm going to pre-click fold and not even think about it. Okay. For sure good with this. Eight six can be an open for us if folded too. Versus a limp, I think we're gonna... Yeah, okay, this is fold now. I think versus a limp we would have just folded too. We do have to tighten up versus a limp. But we also want to widen our raising range versus a limp. This would have been interesting. JB's had bad cards. Hey, it happens. You won a pot. That can be good. You could fold for 2-3 orbits and then all of a sudden win one pot and all of a sudden be back to where you were previous. So it could be fine. We're approaching the break. We'll be going on break in 5 minutes. If you're watching this, you're probably about to go on break. But we'll be taking that break. I'll be filling up my water, stretching the legs. Queen Jack we folded under the gun. With this, I think we do find the open. I think this is bottom. We do have to be that particular about it. And we take it down. I love it. Bottom of the range open and just take the blinds. Love to see it. 9th out of 35, so we're down to 4 tables. I'll be going on break. We'll have 5 minutes of nothing happening except for my chair sitting here, and then I'll be back. I'm hoping I don't bust before break, and then we'll be back with hopefully another full hour of Rec Poker home game action. How many did we get to enter the tournament tonight? 55. What an unlucky number. We're 35 people left. We're sitting 10th place currently. Big blind with the 5-5. We have 55 entries in the tournament. Is it some sort of good sign that I have the 5-5 here? Versus Cat Geek raise. We're going to make the smart lay down of the pocket fives here. Not too hard of a decision. We're going to make an exploitive sized raise here. Since they only have 15 bigs, we're going to go to 2.8. Normally, and almost always, we go way bigger. Small blind versus big blind. But we're going to go smaller here. This really threatens his stack. And I think it gets the same amount of folds as if we would have gone 3.5 or 4 big blinds or something big. We get the aces again. Unbelievable. Can we win another decent sized pot with the aces? Last time I think we had the red ones. Now we have the black ones. Nope, everyone's gonna fold. Ooh. They have 6.8, so I want to not raise more than half of 5.8, which would be 2.9. I want to go 3. I can't do that. I gotta go 4.5. I wanted to open action if they jam here. Dang it. I should have sized it better. Well, it doesn't matter. Got him drawing thin, and it almost came in. They were down to 2%. But I wanted to size up the stack so that if he rejams and they call, I have the option to also raise again. The size that I chose did not allow that, but I also didn't want to go to 3.8 and give Markey too good of a price if they just fold.
Because I want the chips in the middle. Maybe I should have just regardless always allowed myself to reopen. It all kind of worked out the same. But you want to make the correct play regardless of what actually happened afterwards. Ace Jack. Raise. This might be the last hand before break. Decent chance of it. Do we call off first Carl or and then Ted? Get 2 calls. We should be ahead, but you never know what the flop brings. The flop brings a backdoor club draw and a straight draw. I don't think we have to go that big here. Well.
Do we like a check jam? Feels like that might be a kind of cool play. Let me check behind. Obviously, we have to turn our hand into a bluff now. They have a lot of like middling pairs and like weak queens. Take it down. All right, break time. I'm gonna go get some water and I'll be right back. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Stick around. We have a whole nother, well, hopefully another hour, but we'll be back in a little bit.
Cat Geek's had a big stack, but not too much crazy stack distributions. JB's right next to us, 5th and 6th place. Elvita's still hanging around in 16th. Our friend Bluff Serini went out in 40th. Binkley went out 41st. Poker Geek 43rd. Radman 50's hanging in there. But we'll see what we can do. There's going to be a lot more all-ins this hour. All we have to do is win them. We race. We'll go with adverse giver. Even here. And take it down. JB says, the tournament she was in 2 weeks ago when she cast, I had aces back-to-back hands and won them both and had them a few hands later. Yeah. No, I mean, it's not crazy that, like, yeah, you know, you get good hand distributions and you're going to do well in tournaments. Not that crazy, right? Look at King High Flop. It's kind of what I was hoping for. The speed at which they called made me feel like I might have missed more value. I was trying to get called by ace highs and kind of hoping that a queen would raise me. But I fear we might have gotten a queen to just call us. Gibber is all in. Good luck to Gibber. Oh, MN Ted is all in. Good luck to MN Ted. What do we got? King high. Kings work, but the ace jack's gonna bust the fives. Kind of works out for everyone except for MN Ted in that one. We're down to 27. Fifth out of 26. A good spot for us, but it's still early. And 7 off, not going to be a hand that we play. Are we the chip leader at this table? We are. Okay. It's not like a huge thing, but it's just nice. It's always nice to have the rest of the table covered. King 10 off, borderline open for us to make here. Honestly, probably should be a fold, but I think the stack size, the people that we have here, King 10 is going to be a fine open for us to make. And look at that. Usually when I say stuff like that, I get 3-bet. Welcome back, everyone, from their break. Jimmy says, in this past Tuesday, I had the classic pocket king through pocket aces. Yeah. That can happen too. And all in here. I guess this is like a weak ace. Feeling uncertain about what they're supposed to do. That's not a weak ace. That's a strong ace. Two short stacks on our right. 3. That's pretty nice. So many people under 10 bigs. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of all-ins. King 3. It's kind of funny how it works. You have a lot of these like 10 big blind stacks. They either double up or get busted out, and then all of a sudden, like, the remaining field, once it gets to like 15, is like incredibly deep for that like stage of the tournament. It's kind of crazy. We called the king whatever last time. This one is much more close because they're earlier position. I think we're gonna actually find a fold here, but just wanted to explain my thought process because last time we were big blind and it was a cutoff open, maybe low jack. And we had a better king this time, later or earlier position. Ooh, do I 3-bet? This is a pretty good 3-bet candidate. If we 3-bet, we're supposed to jam. Therefore, I think we want to have more limited jams, and we're just going to call here. Jack 10 backdoor clubs with a queen for the potential nuts. I think we check call. Nine of clubs would be alright by me. 7 of clubs also alright. Queen of clubs, take 2. Deuce of clubs is still something. Do we just check give up? We can get him to fold stuff like 9s and 6s, but I don't know. I feel like he's got a weak ace here too often. 10s. That's exactly what I was thinking. I said 9s because I had Jack 10. Ugh.
I guess I wouldn't have liked it if I jammed Jack 10 there. I would have ran into a pocket pair of one of my cards. Funny thing is, like, I would have probably jammed like Queen Jack or King Jack. I've been alright with that spot, but whatever. We move on. We don't have 40 bigs. Now we have 35 bigs. Not a big deal. Have a chance to earn it back versus the same person. Good luck, us. I don't like that. It's not what I wanted to see. At least easy decisions these past few hands. That's always fine. 9 out of 19. Totally fine position to be in. We're going to get to final two tables. There's going to be a lot of play left, and hopefully we can chip up then. But we're just going to take good spots. I mean, that's a board, but what are we doing here? All right, keep the easy decisions coming, I guess. Blinds are up. We're going to go from 30 big blinds to 25. Yep. We're going to get the ace-7 suited. I'll take it.
What an insulting 3-bet. What a wonderful flop. We're going to just call. We don't need to raise to get all the chips in the middle. It's a very jammable stack on the turn or river, so we'll just call here. Oh, what the Are you kidding me? Literally the worst turn card in the deck. I mean, he's got a lot of kings, queens, jacks, and stuff like that when it goes check, check on the turn, so... Can I bet like 4 and get them to call? Yeah, probably. Alright. I'll take it. I was really upset about that turn card. If they barrel there, if they jam, I'm in a world of hurt trying to call off a naked ace. No kicker. Like, what am I beating? But when they check, it's just a whole bunch of other stuff. The turn, or river ace, is obviously like the ultimate comfort card. But yeah, no, I was kind of upset on the turn and then only happy on the river, so yeah, it worked out. Wow. Why aren't we ever betting the aces there? Okay, I love the easy decisions. Thank you, Bone Crusher. Borderline open for us to make, but we'll make them in open. And very reluctantly and begrudgingly, we are going to find a fold. And it was queens. Final 2 tables now. We're 7 out of 18, 35 bigs. Covered by the person on our left and lefty also. And an all in. They don't have much left. Good luck, all. Ah, they're all in. Gets called by 2 others. And the 9s have it. You wouldn't believe it. The deuces. Why are we going 3x here? Just bad sides. We can peel. Wow. This is a crummy spot for us to be in. We beat all their ace highs. We lose to all their pairs. They shouldn't have many 9s. And then we're going to lead small. Unbelievable all around. They go 3x with the aces. They bet big on the flop. They check turn and then just call river. Like, wow. Yeah, we'll go all in. Ace, queen, ace, king. I think we're in trouble. Ay, 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 dude. Ay, ay, ay. This is like such a borderline jam for us to make. I just think we get a lot of folds with the fact that they just doubled up, and that is what happens. Them just having ace king there stinks, you know. They can have so many hands. They can have king and queen. They can have ace jack. They can have ace 10. Like, it's why is it exactly ace king? Give them jacks, 10s. Like, I'll take the flip. I just don't want to be crushed. Then it's a king whatever flop. Like, who did I tick off? You know. This will be a jam for us. They're more on the tight side, but I still think this is a worthwhile jam. So we will take it. It's Jack 10 suited. It's a nice hand. I'd love a fold. I'll admit it. Fold would be cool. I'll take the 4.5 big blinds. It's a bad call off. I mean, it's correct versus my hand, but that's a bad call off. We jam to get that exact hand to fold. Nice river. King jack off should not be calling off there for 17 bigs. Is that what I had? Must have been, because I have 36 now. Hey, we're 6 out of 16. I don't have to be grumpy. Jack versus nines, and I was like nines hit a straight, but ace hits a bigger straight. Jack 10 fold. Getting a lot of Jack 10s. Fold. They did with the aces last time. Interesting. King, queen of diamonds. That's a pretty looking hand. You know, it's a pretty looking action to take. A 3-bet. We raise. Queen high flop. Let's get all the chips in the middle. Spades have come through. I call. Well, he just has a set. All right. Well, that is what it is. We get called by sixes. They flop a set. We flop top pair. 15 out of 55 is decent enough for us. But that'll be it for us this evening. We'll see you all next week. We're going to be playing some Omaha 8 Limit. We'll see you then. Hope you have a good rest of your evening. Peace out.